What's good, Shadows? Welcome back to another video. If y'all new here, please subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Follow me on my Instagram at Shadow and TikTok. I always post when I drop a new video. Check out my shorts and my previous videos. I think y'all like them. Yeah, let's get right into it. We're gonna react to What Culture Wrestling. Love this channel, man. Been watching it for so long. We're gonna react to 10 strongest WWE wrestlers ever. So they have John Cena in the thumbnail, so it only makes sense to have him here. I know he's in AEW right now, but Cesaro, he was a WWE superstar, so he had to be strong. Hogan, of course, Macho Man. Trying to think, Bianca, and China. Those are the people off the top of my head. And yeah, let's go.
Everybody wants to be
Kane. Kane was pretty strong. And every wrestler from the 80s.
strong. I don't know why. Must be hardwired. Everybody wants to be strong. I don't know why. Must be hardwired into our DNA. Some fans still don't accept that overall mass doesn't equal overall strength either.
Yeah.
I mean, go and watch the Olympic weightlifting that is on right now. You get some pretty small dudes walk out there and they lift up a crazy amount of weight.
Yeah.
Because again, it's all about training. It's also going to be a huge plus in wrestling because you do have to pick up some monsters. And every now and then an individual does walk into this industry and they were just born with crazy power. So I am Simon Miller. Let's go through some of these right now. Number 10, Bianca Belair. Bianca Belair is a super athlete, and WWE was well aware of that when she was having that feud with Bayley. They were like, let's have Bianca do an obstacle course, and she picked up Otis like he was nothing and just ran around the ring. It's like,
Girl's
he's a really
strong.
large man, and Bianca Belair is carrying him like he's a child. When you do get into her stats too, it's not surprising, because look at this. She can bench 195 pounds, squat 320 pounds, deadlifts over 400 pounds. These are mad numbers, especially because Bianca Belair herself only weighs 165 pounds. Now, I shouldn't say that because Bianca Belair herself has gone on record and says, man, what does it matter what I weigh? And she's totally correct, but also, when you do throw it all into a big package, it just makes you go, oh my gosh, you're some kind of superhero. That's also one of the reasons she's one of the best baby faces on Raw and SmackDown. We don't talk about it enough. Number 9, John Cena.
Thursday night football on Prime. It's on.
Ready to have some fun?
This week, it's Buffalo versus Miami as Thursday Night Football is back. Stream Thursday Night Football, only on Prime.
What's that? It's electric.
It isn't electric unless it makes you feel something. A luxury EV should understand that. The all-electric Lexus RZ.
Cena. The John Cena could absolutely be.
Alright. Freaking ads, I'm gonna have to edit it out. If not, that you're gonna have to suffer with me. To have John Cena at number 9 is kind of crazy. And this is John Cena. Like, so to have him at number 9, I don't know. I gotta see who's the rest on this list. But yeah, of course, like I say, he was obviously gonna be in this list. But at number 9, damn. Let's
be higher in this list. So many wrestlers have come out and gone, yeah, John Cena threw me around like I was a dog. The evidence is all there too, because we have seen him pick up Brock Lesnar, Mark Henry, or a Big Show like they were absolutely nothing. And he doesn't even break a sweat. There's an amazing interview with Paul White where he seems genuinely perturbed by this. He didn't even jump. His official bench press too is 480 pounds. But what I want you to do today is find the video of him squatting. Your jaw will hit the floor. John Cena cannot be human. Now, lots of silly comments are going to be said about this, but sometimes people just have power in their veins. Of course, I'm not saying that nobody here works their ass off. They all do. But this is some natural strength. And again, go and look at John, pick up the weights. He too was born to do it. Number 8, Braun Strowman. I mean, you can't just walk into a strongman competition and say, hey, I'm a large guy, can I compete? You need to have some proof. And before Braun was a wrestler, that's exactly what he was doing. I mean, he won the Amateur Arnold Championship in 2012 and picked up a load of other medals to boot, which is how Mark Henry found out about him. He was all like, hi, you should be a wrestler. But even when he's been coming back from injury, Strowman has posted videos of him benching around 450 pounds for 8 reps. Even if you've never been to the gym, believe you me, that is totally nuts. If nothing else, once again, just go type all this into YouTube and watch the man lift. and your eyes will deceive your brain because you will think you're staring at a cartoon. It's the fact that he makes it so easy as well. Like he'll pick up some weights and just throw them around, and then you Google how much that is. Well, you just want to go lay down because it's really not fair. 7 Ken Patera. So this one is legendary. Everybody literally talked about it all the time. Because simply put, Ken Patera was a beast. I mean, he was the first ever guy to hit 500 pounds on the clean and jerk. And in the first ever World's Strongest Man contest, he finished 3rd. Before that, he'd also won gold at the 1971 Pan American Games. This dude was just like muscle. Now, all of his records have been broken since, but he was just made of raw strength, and it really helped him in the 70s and 80s when he was wrestling too, because everybody there was absolutely massive. This is another person. He just picked everyone up like they weighed nothing. Numerous people have also said that given all of this, if he could have just found his promo voice, he would have been a champion everywhere that he did go. But ultimately, it doesn't matter, because here we are in 2024, we are still talking about it. Number 6, Ryback. Ryback is a controversial figure, though I level with you. I'm still not over the fact that...
It's true. Ryback is strong, but I ain't expecting him to be on the list, but yeah. Yeah, he actually picked up Big Show and did a cell shock to him, I think it was called. So yeah.
Ryback,
it makes sense for him to be on this
list. A tweet of mine and copied Ryback in. They said, Ryback, this is about you, and Ryback blocked me. It wasn't about Ryback at all. Sucks to be me. As you can tell from his physique, this guy went to the gym, but we've already touched upon the fact that just because you do have big muscles doesn't always equate to strength. Look, when it came to the back of the rye, he definitely had both. He was a powerhouse. He benched 500 pounds regularly, and other individuals have said they even seen him doing 580 pounds. That's like something an alien would do. All of his other lifts absolutely rule as well because they do crazy numbers. People have talked about how much Ryback used to eat. There's even rumors out there that people in management would watch him and he would be secretly snacking and they'd be like, damn it, Ryback, we gave you a nutrition program, you gotta stick to it. Brian Danielson, other than Daniel Bryan, used to find this hilarious. And every time he would see Ryback doing it, or he had some food, he would just burst out laughing, which is why when you do see them together in interviews, it does almost feel like Brian is bullying the man.
Right.
It's still pretty damn funny. Number 5, The Big Show.
And of course, Big Show.
You have to come and visit.
And that's because of his big,
no evil.
I want to say his physique, but that's not the word.
Did you use Old Spice?
Mass,
of course I did. Don't lie to me.
Point is, he's a big guy.
Right
So
here.
yeah, like he flipped over a Jeep on SmackDown, and he broke the ring. And of course, yeah, I know what y'all saying. Oh, anybody can break the ring when they loosen the shit. Yeah, but you still need a big ass person to break the ring to do that. And Big Show was a big dude, so yeah, he's very strong, man.
I mean, obviously. Just look at him. Rather than going to numbers this time, though, let's actually focus on a specific feud when one Paul White, the Big Show, the Giant, was feuding with Rey Mysterio. Now, I get the Rey isn't the largest of men, but after he had been wrecked and put on a stretcher, the Big Show picked up the damn stretcher and baseball batted it into the ring post. Now, I'm sorry, Rey Mysterio is still a human being, and the Big Show picked it up like he was picking up some feathers. I'm still not over it. If you do want some stats too, Show has always said that he's pretty sure he can bench way over 500 pounds.
I believe it.
Look, this was a man that was just born to be a giant. Hence why when WCW saw him, they just went and called him the Giant. Before Big E.
Oh,
now this one, we are doing the numbers.
Here's the thing about Big E, though. Big E lost a lot of weight. He even said in an interview, like, he lost a lot of weight. But here's the thing. At first, I'm like, Big E lost a lot of weight. Is he bugging? Like, the dude is, like, jacked up, right? Bro, I look at videos from when I used to watch him when I was younger, when he first debuted. And I look at it now, I'm like, holy shit. If you look closely, he was a little more, like, bigger than what he is now. Like, he was, like, more bulked up. Like, he's still pretty big, but that just shows you how big he really was, like, in the when he first debuted. Like, what was it, like 2013? So, like, damn, bro, that's crazy. Like, and look at him, he's still big, bro. He is still big, but he's just a freak of nature, man. That, like, he's a freak of nature.
Damn amazing. Squat, 711 pounds.
Exactly.
Bench, 529 pounds. Deadlift, 799 pounds. Good grief. Big E also achieved those lifts when he was training to become a WWE wrestler. So it's not like he was solely focused on lifting at the time. He was doing everything. That just makes me love him even more. And I think people realize this.
Which I respect Big E for that. Because he wasn't some failed bodybuilder or failed powerlifter. He was doing all this. He achieved all these records while trying to become a WWE superstar, which tells you, because like, listen, I'm not trying to say if you wanted to become something else and now you're a WWE superstar, it's like I'm not saying that. Like, that happens a lot. But here's the thing. You don't hear stuff like that. Big E legit made all this record and got all this strong just to become a WWE superstar. That should tell you how much he really loves this shit. And you gotta respect Big E for it, man. I know he's doing good and all, and as much as I would love to see him in the ring, I'll say this: if he can never go back to the ring, he had one heck of a career, and that's facts, man. Big E, I mean, look at him right here. The dude was big as hell. He had the charisma. He was entertaining. Like, real shit. Shout out to Big E, man. Shout out to Big E. He was dope.
He did arrive in FCW, hence why we gave him the name Big E. I mean, unless you're trying to be facetious here, you can't put that on somebody's head unless they can go and back it up. There's even more reports here, because one day Big E went to John Cena's gym and apparently recorded a 575-pound bench press.
Bro, he's bigger than Roman.
Make it into the record books.
That's how big he is. He's bigger than Roman. And Roman was always a big guy. He's bigger now than what he is here, but still, like, I think he's big. He's definitely bigger than Cena now, because Cena lost like 30 pounds of muscle because he started to do yoga, he said. But even back then, you can argue that he was bigger than Cena, physique wise. So that's crazy, man. Big E is just a freaking, bro. The dude is just a monster, bro.
Because it wasn't a proper official competitive lift. Screw that. I mean, if somebody picked up a car, I wouldn't go, oh, well, I'm sorry. We didn't do it under the right conditions.
Right.
I would just be like, please, can I be your friend? I don't want to be out of line here too, but I just think Big E is built differently, because even when he was dropped in his head, which is taken away from the wrestling ring, I actually think it was all this strength and muscle that did protect him.
Probably his shoulder.
Be a good thing. Yeah. And of course, it really would be great if Big E one day could return to the squared circle, but as he has said in many an interview, he is now living a pain-free life, and he can train how he wants to train. That's a good thing for our own brains. You can't just focus on one thing. You need to make sure your life is balanced. Number 3, Brock Lesnar.
Of course.
This is you, and this is your first hunch of the season.
It's parlay time.
With FanDuel at 3.
No. Don't fuck up on me now. Sorry, y'all.
Another guy where huge men have said he just treated me like a child. Once again, you need to go and hear the Big Show talk about.
You know what's crazy? Brock has always been big. Cause when I was 18, I was like, I'm like what I am now, a little skinny but chubby. You know, I'm trying to get into shape, but like, man, I remember when I was going to the gym, and I'm thinking, who knows, maybe one day I'll look like a prime Brock Lesnar. I remember I said that, and someone told me, psh, you lucky if you look like before he prime Brock Lesnar. I'm like, what you talking about? He's like, how old are you? I'm like, I'm 18. He's like, go look up pictures of Brock Lesnar when he's 18 and 19. Bro, I looked up pictures of Brock Lesnar when he was 18 and 19. Like, towards, like, what, high school? No. His college days. The dude was huge. He looked like a grown man. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Like, obviously you can make the argument that, he took, some steroids and shit. But you still need some genetics to be that big. You still need some type of genetics. So, like, I don't know what it was, but the dude was just ripped. And I'm like, I don't think I'll ever look like this. And my goal is to look like prime Brock Lesnar. Like, what the fuck? Bro, Brock is another dude that, like 18 and 19. The dude was already jacker than most men. But that's crazy, bro. Get the fuck out of here.
He is like a legit 7 feet tall, and the look in his eyes when he speaks about Brock, I think he's a little bit terrified. The crazy thing with Lesnar, though, is that he is scarily quick, too.
Oh, yes.
When he had that NFL tryout for the Minnesota Vikings all those years ago,
that's what made him a good UFC champ.
He was clocked at benching 475 pounds. Paul Heyman has always said that he wasn't 100% during that trial either, which is ridiculous. And there's other reports that he once benched 655 pounds, and that is ridiculous. Really, though, he just has country boy strength. That ain't me saying that. Brock has said that time and time again. I'm going to do it.
Milk.
He was born with it. You also know that he does have mad genetics. There is so much stuff going around social media at the moment of his daughter.
And the crazy part is, she that's not, everybody talks about his daughter, right? Who's right there, who looks just like him. Bro, she has a twin brother. Brock gave birth to 2 twins. Brock is that much of a freak of nature, that big, that it's like, yeah, I can't have my kids come one by one. Both of them need to come at the same time. Come out. Pause. You know what I'm saying. Like, he got his girl pregnant and gave birth to 2 twins, a boy and a girl. He's like, I'm bringing another boy version of me and a girl version of me at the same time. Bruh. Bro, Brock is he's a freak of nature as well. Like, shit, man. Brock is crazy, man.
He's like a shot put champion, which again is just pick up the big heavy ball and see how far you can throw it. Even when he was in his 40s, Brock just picked up Braun Strowman like he was a little kitty cat or something. And I bet if he ever does return to WWE, he'll keep doing this. I mean, he'll probably never lose those natural gifts. Number 2, Doug Furnas. So that's an interesting name. Not a lot of people are talking about Doug Furnas. Because he never won any major titles, he never got really a major push anywhere. But he was a guy that could walk in and say, I can squat 955 pounds. I mean, just think about that for a second. Think it means he could lift an elephant? I mean, that's not true, but I'm going with it. The rest of his workout was nuts too, because apparently he could do a 600-pound bench press, and his deadlift was 821 pounds. That is 372 kilograms, my UK friends. Imagine how dumb the bar must have looked. It means whoever you stacked him up against, he was going to be able to hold his own.
Wow.
Wrestlers still talk about this today. I mean, they would just go to the weight room and watch Doug and be totally confused by this.
Who's going to be number 1 if this is number 2? Like, damn.
How the flub is he doing it? Number 1, Mark Henry.
Of course.
I mean, it all comes down to his feet.
Who else better than to be at number 1 than the only wrestler, I think in not just WWE, but in professional wrestling, to become world's strongest man? He became world's strongest man after he joined WWE. And he was like, during WWE, his, like, what was it, like 2000s, I want to say? And he joined in what, the 90s? Like right before the Attitude Era started. So he had a tug of war match with Goldust and Triple H as Hunter Hearst Helmsley or some shit, and I forgot who was the other one, but basically he's been in WWE for a while. So the fact that he actually became the world's strongest man, like, that's not some fancy nickname or a gimmick. That's what he really was, the world's strongest man. Bro, you gotta respect it. It makes sense for him to be number 1, man.
Feats that really we do not talk about enough. I mean, you knew he was going to be number 1 because he was dubbed the world's strongest man, but let's go back to his teenage years. He was benching 525 pounds. I would actually die. He also qualified for the Olympics in 1992 when he was just 19 years old. And even after he had signed with the then WWF, he continually said, listen, I ain't doing no gimmicks, man. If you want me to do strong things, I will do it legitimately. That means he was pulling trucks, bending fryer pans, and lifting cars just because he could do that. Still a mystery. It took till 2010 when he was a world champion. It was a back injury which stopped him really competing at the Olympics, but even then, he could still squat 855 pounds. There's also footage on YouTube you can watch right now of him lifting the infamous Thomas Inch 172-pound dumbbell, and barely anyone in history has done that. The evidence is all you need to see. When he is able to do it, the whole room loses their mind. Wow. This guy was something else. Now, of course, there'll be a bunch of strong wrestlers we haven't talked about, so make sure you drop them in the comments before you like the video, share the video, and subscribe.
Jade. You know. But this was a good list, man. This was a very good list. I agree with it. I agree with it 100%. Mark Henry 100% should be number 1. But you gotta, I will put, you should have put Kane, Undertaker, because Undertaker did lift up Mark Henry, so that was pretty impressive. And you know, what else? Who else is a wrestler I can think of that I haven't said? Who was a strong wrestler? Kevin Nash was pretty strong. Goldberg, Prime Goldberg was strong. Those are wrestlers that he could have put on this list. But I like this list. It's different. But yeah, let me know what y'all think about this reaction. Like, comment, subscribe, turn on notifications. Let me know who you think is who's your favorite strongest wrestler of all time. And yeah, peace.